morning to you all. Thursday, 7th of March 2024. Yeah, this is a nice drop of weather. I can feel a little bit of warmth in the sun. We didn't quite have a frost last night. Didn't quite, but it got down to sort of slightly more than zero. But there we are, look at that. Can we all sing "It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas"? No, perhaps not, perhaps not. Well, yep, enough of that. I've done washing this morning already because the weather today is supposed to be a good drying day. Lots to do, lots to do. I think it always helps when you've got lots to do to not do anything really, just have a little wander about and look at your onions. The yellow onions are doing quite well. The red ones don't. Yeah, some of them are doing oniony sorts of things. I'm not a great onion eater, but you know, it's better to have them than to not have them. We need to think about what we're doing with the roses. I'll think about that. I'm not going to do anything about it just at the moment. Yeah. And it's sort of funny how pointless things are actually quite pleasing. You know, I showed you this the other day. Twiggy sort of thing going on there. It's an apricot tree. And what I really like about that apricot tree is it cost me nothing. I was given some apricots. I ate them. I planted the seeds, the stones. I had yesterday, whilst playing Scrabble, we debated the name for seeds of various sorts because, you know, an apricot stone contains within it a seed. So why do we call it a seed and not... Why do we call it a stone, not a seed? The proper name for the nut that you find in the middle of a peach or an apricot is a noyo. So I'm told. Whereas the little thing in an apple, I am told, is a pepin. One of these days I might know something, mightn't I? But yes, that's pleasing. An apricot tree with some flowers in it. And a bit of lunacy that needs doing. And I have a very, very strong feeling this isn't going to get finished today. I have in the building a peculiar stone feature that certain small people have this bizarre idea that it's much better to creep into it. And how can we put this delicately? Well, leave little presents for their feeder, their servant. And the solution to this particular problem is to make some doors to go on it. And it's a peculiar shape, and it means that doors have got to be custom made for the job. And they want to be in keeping with other doors that I've got within the building, which basically means tongued and grooved pine. Yeah, this is fun because they're peculiar sized doors, and what needs to happen is pieces like this had to be cut for pieces like this to fit into, but it means that I'm hand cutting tongues, which is why I don't think this job's going to get finished today, because hand cutting tongues is not a quick job. You know, you mark it with a marking knife, cut it with a saw, slice it off with a chisel, make sure it's all nice and snug, and oh yeah, that's too snug for me to pull out with one hand. That's sort of pleasing, isn't it? Test it all to make sure it fits, move on, do the next one. It's going to be a slow job, but an essential one if we're going to convince small furry people that peculiar stone sort of cupboardy sort of things are not litter trays. And I've sent the gardener and the plasterer to go and do some electrical work, so I've got for help today Messrs Moore, Wright and Stanley. The advantage of marking with a knife rather than a pencil is it's easier to pick up the marking with a saw if you marked it with a knife. Where my proper marking knife is a mystery, so in the meantime we're just going to use a Stanley knife. Well, that just gives you an idea of how it's going to work. Obviously, one more bit, trimmed, cut to length, assembled with glue, squeezed together with cramps, varnished. Yeah, progress. Well, it's Friday, and I've just been called into the carriage works. The quality control inspector has just been having a look at my work from yesterday, and he said, actually I can't repeat everything he said. He said, "What on earth have you done there?" So he's returned this piece for me to correct. I don't know what went wrong there. I guess that I was tired, or oh, that's an excuse, isn't it? I made a mistake. I didn't have the square held tightly against it. No biggie. We'll put that right before we supply it to the customer. Well, the good news was I got rid of the quality control inspector. I sent him off with the plasterer to drink tea. Yeah, now this needs to be stuck together. What do we use to stick things together? Well, you can chew chewing gum and push that in, but possibly not a permanent solution. So, French lesson coming up. Colle, that's glue. Bois, wood. Intérieur, indoor. Prise rapide, that's, quick grab if you like. Dries quickly, it's invisible after it dries, and collage ultra fort, it sticks extra strong. Okay, what you can use it for is wood, plywood, wood, agglomerate, chipboard, or stratifié plywood. So there we are. Right, this is going to get messy because I want to run glue into every joint on this and then clamp it together. Yeah, it's going to get messy, isn't it?